Hey, the real estate market has been a little wobbly here in recent months, coming off the chaotic extremes of 2021 and parts of 2022. But we have Brad C. with Kentuckiana Mortgage Group here with some good news about mortgages and how you may be able to get into a new home with little to no money down. This is not a late night infomercial. This is a real thing. Brad C., thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Mike.
Hey, I want to talk about this new program that your company has rolled out that could, again, get people into a house with little to no money down, a down payment assistance program. Before we get there, let's get a quick update from you. Where are mortgage rates at currently? And if you could use your crystal ball, where are we going to finish out the year?
Yeah, so today is September 23rd, 2022. Let's get that out there. I think the 30-year fixed conventional today, some lenders are posting rates already this morning. A couple of them haven't yet, but we're in the mid sixes on the 30-year fixed conventional. Good credit score, 10, 20% down. You're going to be looking in the mid sixes as of today. Pretty much unchanged this morning over yesterday. The big jump was really yesterday, September 22nd.
Yeah. Federal Reserve announced on Wednesday 75 basis point rate hike. Of course, that's been driving rates for weeks and expecting that. And I'll go ahead and disclose, hey, your personal rate can be different based on your own personal finance, and that is subject to change. Those rates are subject to change almost by the minute these days, it feels like. If you want to know what your specific rate is, let's get you in touch with Brad C. of Kentuckiana Mortgage Group. Brad, your company is rolling out a down payment assistance program, helping people come up with the money to put down on buying a home. Talk to us about the details on that.
Yeah, so one of our favorite wholesale lenders, Equity Prime Mortgage, really is the one that rolled this out, and it's through it's a government entity out of Wisconsin. It's a bond, government entity program that's providing down payment assistance to. There's a couple of different categories for qualification, and you only have to meet one of these. And so some of these programs you have to fit in, a couple different criteria, but this one is just one of them. And so one of those is 140% of the area median income. And so since you and I are sitting here in Clark and Floyd counties in Indiana, that number is roughly $119,000. So if your income is less than that, you'll qualify. The second way is to be, you may have heard of hometown heroes. So teachers, firefighters, anybody that works for a nonprofit or a government entity, nurses, things of that nature, hometown heroes in that, those industries will qualify regardless of income amount. And then the third way is to be a first-time home buyer. So you have not had any ownership interest in property for the previous 3 years. So those are the three different ways, but you only have to meet one of them.
Yeah, and I love it. I want to clarify here for folks that are listening. First-time home buyer isn't necessarily what it sounds like. Can you state that again? It's that 3-year period.
Yeah. No ownership interest, which means you have not been on deed or title to a property for the previous 36 months. So you could have a scenario where a couple is married, but the husband or the wife is the only owner of the house. So the other spouse would technically be a first-time home buyer.
Yeah. And another common scenario we see is if you owned a house before, you sold, you lived in an apartment for a period of time, three plus years, you want to move back into home ownership. That would be another scenario I would assume falls under that first time home buyer period.
Exactly.
Yep. I want to highlight something else that you said. You said, hey, one of our favorite wholesalers, multiple, which implies you have multiple wholesalers on a basic level. What does that mean to someone that's coming to you, Kentuckiana Mortgage Group, to get a loan?
Yeah, so as a true broker, so we have multiple different wholesale lenders, all that have different programs, different, qualifications for credit score in different scenarios. So this particular wholesale lender that's doing this program is Equity Prime Mortgage. And so we have access to that program through them for our clients.
Yeah, yeah. And for those that may be unaware, you go to some place that has the word bank in their name, you're just getting the one program or the programs that they offer as a bank. As a broker, you can shop different lenders and create options for borrowers that work with you.
Yeah, exactly. And so like just to speak a little bit more to that, we have lenders who don't go below 640 credit score in certain scenarios. And then we have other lenders that go down to 550 credit scores. So we're very wide ranges of appetites, I guess is a good way to say it for lenders. So we got multiple different boxes.
Yeah, options and flexibility are key for those that work with you. So thank you for clarifying on that. Hey, so we got this down payment assistance program. You've got 3 qualifications there for different folks that can use the program. What is this down payment assistance program? It's a loan that people have to pay back, or how does it all work?
So it is a forgivable grant. There are some additional qualifications. So minimum credit score is 620, but having above a 620 credit score doesn't mean that you automatically qualify. You have to be able to be approved for an FHA loan. So the down payment assistance is the 3.5% grant for an FHA. It's on top of an FHA. So that being said, with any down payment assistance program, the interest rate is a little bit higher. But with this one in particular, it is forgivable day one. So you can refinance and take advantage of better rates in 6 to 12 months when they go down. You don't have to live in the house for X amount of years. Like I believe Indiana housing programs are like that. You got to be primary residence for 4 or 5 years, or you got to pay some or all of it back. So it really is a pretty neat program and fairly unique, honestly, from what I've seen.
Well, and that's what caught my eye when you talked to me about this initially, is that we've seen programs in the past where you have to live in it a certain amount of time. Even the what I would call the debacle of the money that was given, what was that, 2012, 2010,
Somewhere in
where
there,
people got down the road and they went to sell their house and they had to pay all that money back.
Mm-hmm.
This is a forgivable grant from day one. And so, Brad, theoretically, you have a buyer that comes to you. They're looking at a low down payment or an FHA program. They could theoretically come to the table with no money out of pocket.
Yeah, and so we are looking to get in these programs because we are doing down payment assistance. We don't have a way to give a credit towards closing costs.
Mm-hmm.
So we do, in these scenarios, we do need some seller paid closing costs, or we got to come up with another way to cover some closing costs because we don't have a way to give a lender credit on these. So the goal is to get, accepted offer on a house with seller paid closing costs, the down payment assistance, and then we can help hopefully get you to, like you said, bottom line of 0 or close to it.
Yeah. Okay. So you're looking to buy a house, you're looking to take out a mortgage, but you're cash poor. This is a program that you can work with Kentuckiana Mortgage Group. They can have a grant that can help fund your down payment monies. And then working with a realtor like myself, we can help structure a deal to help get closing costs paid by the seller and ultimately get little to no money out of your pocket to buy a home. Brad, anything else we need to know on this program?
No, I don't think so. I mean, that's pretty much it. There's some other details that we kind of won't go in that we would probably, it's going to be based on individual situation. But I do want to say it is September 23rd today. This is a government program. They do make changes, so I cannot guarantee how long this program is going to last. But for the time being, we don't have an end. There's not a certain amount of money that it's going to run out. But with any of these programs, they can put it into it when they see fit.
Yeah. That's a great point. If you're interested, this program is here and available now. Brad, we'll put your contact information below as a part of this video so people can get a hold of you. Certainly, you can message us at the 812 Living Group, 812living@gmail.com. Folks, if you're in the market for a house, get in touch with us. Let us connect you with Brad in Kentuckiana Mortgage Group to see if this down payment assistance program is right for you. Brad, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Mike.